Hey ho, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Rock the Block Live with me, Eugene Tay. Now, fans of Rock the Block Live would know that I try to stay away from talking about price action in the market. I don't talk about ICOs and when to moon, when to Lambo, and even if I do, it's usually in jest. Previously, I was the host of Crypto Central, and if you remember Crypto Central from back in the Boomtown days, we were looking at price action, when it goes up, when to sell, when to buy. But as you know, that kind of speculative nature is not going to run very far, and I felt very much like a punter trying to gamble my way through cryptocurrency. And that was where we decided to move over to Rock the Block and really bring you news from the blockchain scene, looking at projects, looking at success stories, look at use cases, giving you the news on scams, how to protect yourself. But that being said, as you know, the market is now spiraling downwards, and there is no way we can avoid talking about the elephant in the room. So we are going to address it today. I will not be doing you guys any favor if I pretended that the Bitcoin market or the cryptocurrency market is all rosy, because it's not. But instead of panicking, instead of going through FUD, I'm going to try to give you my point of view, my opinions, for you guys to mull it over and perhaps to think for yourself if I'm logical and rational in the way I discuss this topic with you, and if you see points in what I talk about, and then perhaps you might make a more informed decision on buying more Bitcoin, FUDing, FOMOing, or whatever that you might be feeling right now, or exiting altogether. So I hope to clarify this with you guys. And this is directly coming from me, Eugene Tay, my opinions. I'm quite sure other hosts on Rock the Block Live may have their own opinions as well. Other influencers out there definitely have their own opinions. Sapporo is really good at creating a lot of FUD for this. In fact, the first time Bitcoin dropped below 6K, he was the first one who went out screaming like a little girl. As you know, the market today right now is in a terrible shape. But it's not just crypto that's in a terrible shape. Look at the Wall Street market, look at the oil prices, look at everything in sight. So before you get your panties in the bunch and think that crypto is dying, I personally think that crypto is not dying, but the whole market is going through a shift. Now, what is the reason behind that shift can really go through multiple levels, from conspiracy theory level to just the overall idea that every year that ends with the number 8, 2008, 1998, 2018 is going to lead towards a general depression, as trends have shown before. And with regards to going into a depression, people have been talking about that for years. We have all expected that. Now, I'm not saying what we can do to avoid it. I can say what we can do to perhaps capitalize on that. Okay? Now, one thing for certain, when I look at the market going down to the price of Bitcoin where it is today, people ask me a few questions. Most famous of it all is, Eugene, what do you think is the lowest point to get in? Now, quite frankly, if I knew for a fact how much I should buy in and how much I should get out, I would make my money being a fortune teller. As an educated guess, from gut feel alone, I feel that the bottom out price is at 3,005, okay? And then again, at the previous support level was 6,000, 6,005. It has been trading around that area for a very long time. But the next lowest point, I feel, will be 3,005. Am I 100% right? No, of course not. People do believe that it might hit $2,000. What would I personally be doing when it hits $2,000? This is a reset to 2017 around March. If you think about that from that angle, it is not really a big deal, is it? It's only about a year and a half where we have a reset. Whoever have made the money made it in the last 1 year. Whoever haven't, now this reset should be good news for you guys who have missed the first boat. So this is the time to get in again, right? But of course, if you have bought your Bitcoin at $19,000 or you have spent your retirement money getting in at $19,000, well, it sucks to be you, but it's a second chance now to sort of recoup your losses. Hankau from Crypto Briefing and even some other friends from the cryptocurrency scene have asked, Eugene, how do you maintain your viewership despite the bear market? Now, I would like to think that the vast majority of you guys following this channel enjoy the content I talk about, because I'm guessing that you guys are professionals who don't really have much time to do your research, but at the same time, you are not a naive few who are wondering about should you get into Bitcoin or not. So I kind of guess that the vast majority of you enjoy this journey with us because we give you insights, we talk about thought-provoking topics, and perhaps give you guys good advice that help you make money along the way. 2017 to even early this year, I saw rooms packed full of people. In fact, last November, it was crazy. It was going towards a mania level with people just throwing money at projects. Now, that is never going to be good news in any investment landscape, right? So for those of you who got in early, when you see the mania happening, chances are you got out early, or if you're greedy, you stayed on. You might have lost part of your portfolio in the meantime, but I highly doubt you have lost a lot of money. Now, personally, and I always tell this to a lot of my friends, they say, Eugene, you bought Bitcoin really early on. Shouldn't you be rich by now? The answer is yes, if I held onto Bitcoin and did not get scammed, did not fall for shit ICOs, did not spend my money foolishly buying a lot of other coins that overall has tanked the market today. And I think most of us who are in the crypto, actively in crypto, we see a 90% wipe on a lot of the altcoins that we have spent on. Of course, if we had bought Bitcoin at 500, forgot about it entirely, and now even at a 2,000 mark or 3,500 mark, Bitcoin holders who are not speculators or investors or ICO hunters would have made money, okay? So the lesson I'm going to learn moving forward is I'm going to concentrate a lot on the Bitcoin right now. So some friends have came up to say, would you like to buy some more ICOs and stuff? I'm not saying don't buy, okay? Quite frankly, a lot of people made their fortune 10 times, 20 times, 30 times on speculating on ICOs. Today, I don't have that kind of time or the stomach to create all those effort to monitor the market, look at my handphone every day, and just trade. So what I'm going to do next is when Bitcoin price drop even lower or up to 3,005, as I said, I'm just going to load up more, okay? Because that's how much I believe in Bitcoin. And also regarding Bitcoin news, the US Department of Justice have started investigating folks to be behind the alleged epic rally in November last year, namely USD, Theta, Bitfinex, and Bitcoin. Investors who are already feeling like they have weak hands are going to get even more jittery, and there will be more panic selling, reducing the prices even more. Now, if you look at Bitcoin, overall market cap right now is at $150 billion, right? At a high of $800 billion. So now $150 billion total market cap, Bitcoin takes about 50%. If you look at it from a business standpoint, it is really minute, okay? And the question that you will ask is, what makes you so confident that Bitcoin price will rise? I'm comparing Bitcoin, blockchain, Bitcoin. They're different, but for the purpose of this discussion, I'm going to talk about them as technology. Bitcoin and blockchain, I'm going to compare it with the internet, right? The dot-com era. Now, the dot-com era at its height was $3 trillion before the bubble burst. In comparison, Bitcoin is barely $150 billion. In fact, half of it is barely $100 billion. Now, if you compare it as a technology standpoint, a technology play, both, or rather Bitcoin has a lot of way to catch up before it reached mainstream mania level that is the dot-com bubble. And it's not just about the amount of market cap involved. Let's take a look at all the good things that have been happening this year. We have IBM coming in, a lot of big businesses adopting blockchain. The most mind-boggling thing of all is that the New York Stock Exchange came up to say that they're now going to have indexes for crypto, and with the buck approaching 26th, is it 26th or 24th of January, with all these great things by big players coming in to give blockchain more legitimacy, we do not even see a blip on the Bitcoin pricing moving up. But I highly doubt that all these big names, IBM, Amazon, YouTube, everyone is coming in, would be so blind as to put their money and sink in their time, effort, and talent into an industry that is considered tulip. So I don't think it's going to be tulip. It's definitely not make-believe anymore. It is going in a direction where things are going to get more serious. So when you look at it from this standpoint and not from a speculator or a gambler standpoint, most of us are getting edgy because we look at the pricing. But if you look at Bitcoin and blockchain as the technology and at the investment pricing point right now to get in, we are talking about 3 years, 5 years, maybe because this is Bitcoin, it's going to be even faster, 2 years maybe. The level of rise that Bitcoin has got to climb up, the room that it can grow, it's really a lot. The positive outweighs the negative. And that is why I'm so bullish about it, even though the market right now is so bearish. Make sense? So to get some inspiration to tide through this bear market, I'm going to watch the movie Revenant by Leonardo DiCaprio, where he fought off the bear. And possibly I might get some inspiration from that as well. Next on the headline news, I know it was a bit lengthy today, I apologize for that, but I really must address all that. But yeah, number 2 on the headline news. The Indian government is on the verge of drafting a report and a bill on cryptocurrency. The bill will cover regulations on virtual currencies, use of DLTs, distributed ledger technology, and the financial market framework for digital currency in India. Now, I think that might be too little too late because all your key players in India have moved out of the India market. It was really promising at one time, but now the market has died in India, with some of them, scammers, even ended up in jail. So hopefully these regulations and this new bill might spark more interest in the India market, and I'm sure you politicians will do a song and dance out of it. However, couple that piece of news with the bear market right now, I'm not sure this is going to even resonate very well with people. Again, it might be a little bit too little too late for now, but in the long run, this is just going to be useful. So good job, India.
I'll tell you, man, and every Starbucks jazz album just proves my point, really. There are no 2 words in the English language more harmful than good job.
Third piece of news. Embark AI has released a report accusing OKEx, which is an exchange, of manipulating the Bitcoin futures market. It even went as far as to call OKEx Bitcoin futures settlement a fraud. And this was all because OKEx has closed or settled the futures contract earlier due to the Bitcoin cash fork, and because of that, people have lost a lot of money to the tune of $24 million. OKEx, in response to that, have released a statement on November 20th saying that the future settlement change was based on consideration of market integrity and customer interest. And OKEx is now considering legal action against Embark AI for interfering in its operations. That kind of dick move sounds very much like the OKEx team. If you have met them before at events and stuff, they did quite this kind of swag about them where, I don't know, in my opinion, rather douchey in the way they behave and portray themselves compared to other founders of various other exchanges that I have spoken to. So with regards to this, it's not the first time that OKEx has made the headlines for fraud and market manipulation, and I really don't think this will be the last of them. However, people are still using the exchange and they're still making money, so I don't really think they have any incentive or motivation to make a change. So there's a teapot and I'm calling it black. I'm sorry, there's no relation to this news whatsoever.
I don't understand you, brother! I don't understand you at all!
Headline number 4, right here on Singapore soil. The Singapore Stock Exchange, SGX, have clarified some news on listed companies going into ICO. These companies must first consult SGX regulatory subsidiary in advance, provide legal and auditor opinions and disclosures like fundraising methods, know your customers, and anti-laundering money laws, and so on, the KYC/AML. So if you're a listed company listed on a stock exchange and you're intending to do an ICO, the question now would it be worth going through all this trouble just to get an ICO up, or would it be just easier to set up a new company run an ICO, and say that it's supported by the parent company that is listed on SGX. Ah, see? Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
A nod's as good as a wink to a blind bat.
Look, are you selling something?
Selling, very good, very good. Know what I mean? Oh, wicked, you're wicked, eh? Nudge, nudge. A nod's as good as a wink to a blind bat.
But,
Your wife a sport?
Cryptocurrency hardware wallet. Yes, and it's the keepsakes and ledger's competitor have came up to talk about fake Trezor wallets out there in the market today. The clone device Trezor 1 looks exactly like the original, even down to the hologram stickers that protect the box. Kind of like this. See? This is the real stuff. It's still in the wrapper, and I can't bear to take it out. It's one of the early versions of the hardware wallet, so, well, hopefully, I'm kind of sentimental about that. But the point is, as all these hardware wallets become increasingly popular with crypto enthusiasts trying to store their crypto tokens, we have a lot of imitations flooding the market, offering you guys cheaper alternative. Now, fake Trezor wallets have been out there for years, but what is so disturbing now is that these fake wallets are putting marketing dollars trying to promote these knockoffs as the real deal. So for you guys who are not that savvy, or you just see something that looks familiar and you're getting it at a discount, you click buy now, but who knows, this is not the real Trezor and your security is compromised. So if you really want to buy a real Trezor and you don't know where to go to, just go straight to rocktheblock.live website. We have an affiliate banner link to get your hardware wallet, and in fact you would be doing us the favor as well. Every time we sell a wallet through our affiliate link, we get some money out of it, and this helps to pay for everything. Not everything, but helps to offset a bit of the cost. And they say that when someone finally copies you or imitates you, you have arrived. But well, don't celebrate that too much, or you might find yourself departing sooner than the clones.
I killed them all. They're dead. Every single one of them. And not just the men, but the women. And the children, too. They're like animals, and I slaughtered them like animals.
Thank you so much for joining me in today's daily news. Sorry I took a bit longer to give you the headline news today, but I really felt strongly about giving you my insights into the Bitcoin and Bitcoin market today. Well, I'll see you guys in the next video, but don't forget, Satoshi's Quest is still on. If you guys want to challenge yourself, find out the clues, solve the puzzle, there's a Bitcoin for you right at the end of the rainbow, or just for bragging rights to say that you are truly the Satoshi's warrior. Right, Satoshi's Quest is now on. Check out the end of this video for the clue, and check out our website for more information. I'll see you guys in the next video.